Hello, BookTube, and hello, my fellow writers. Today is February 1st. This is, of course, the launch of the Steve Donoghue Writing Collective. Whatever this thing is, I don't know what it is. I've been reminded many times, including by an old friend of mine who has made and tanked and revived more companies than you have fingers on your hands, who for some reason watches my channel and told me just the other day, you don't need to have a clear idea. The clear ideas often come once you're moving. Have a shakedown cruise and see what comes of it, basically, was his advice. I don't know for sure what shape a writing collective will take, but it's the idea that we would all be writing together somehow. A lot of you have said that the best way for the together part is to create a Discord, and I've pushed back and said, I don't like Discord at all. I don't like the website. I don't like using it. And a lot of you very gently but very insistently pushed back on that and said, you could get used to it. Plenty of people do. It does have its flaws, but it does exactly what you're looking for something to do. A couple of you also intriguingly mentioned creating a subreddit and doing that. I'm not sure that Reddit is all that preferable a site to Discord, but I'm still mulling over that. No reason why all that has to be in place. After all, this isn't for pay or anything. This is just an informal thing for all of us to be writing together. All the more pointed in light of yesterday's interview with William Gallagher from the YouTube channel 58 Keys. I hope you all went and watched. Hope you all went and subscribed to his channel. A terrific conversation. You'll laugh out loud, but you'll also think about writing a bit, which is good. One of the collective aspects, the communal aspects that I wanted was for us to not just be impersonal accountability for each other, but also for me, at least, to be hands-on involved. And I mentioned, email me, make a private video, and send it to me. Give me the link to it. If you're not a YouTuber and you want to make it's easier for you to just talk about these things to a camera, go right ahead and do that. Send me the link. I'll still respond to it. And I don't want to prophesy, but I wonder if that isn't the core of the way that this will work, because dozens and dozens of you have sent me emails, not so much in the private video front, although some of you have done that, but dozens and dozens of you sent me emails just talking about your potential project and what you're thinking of it, where it is at this stage, being very tentative. I guess maybe I've made the point too many times of people sending me 1,000-word emails, but then maybe you're being awful tentative about imposing on me. But a few people, I'd say probably 30 people, have not only emailed me with their ideas for what their project is going to be. We're going to write together for February and March, 1,000 words a day, 60,000 words by the end of that time. That's a lot. For a minimal investment, that's a lot. Dozens of people have sent me emails saying, not only here's my idea for a project, but what do you think of this idea? Does it have any obvious weaknesses? Does it have any obvious avenues for exploration or enhancement that I'm not seeing? And that has been surprisingly wonderful for me. I did not expect that at all. That is really scratching the itch that I used to have when I used to teach writing. I have these same problems when I did that. I cannot stand the hierarchy of pedagogy. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand the way even nice teachers that I know will go on and on about how I learned so much from my students. But the classroom is an absolutely undisguised autocracy. You don't speak out of turn. You don't teach me anything. You don't have any power. There's no parity whatsoever. And when I taught writing, that was the rule. That was the pattern of the classroom. So I was fighting against that right from the start, just because I don't want to do that at all. And what I want to do instead is just muck in, roll up my sleeves and get involved in other people's stories. What is this? Not that I know any better, but I am an extremely energetically involved stranger. So what is this? What are you feeling about this? Why is this drawing on you? What would you like to do with this? So many times over the years, I have needed people to be reminded that that's the whole point. The point is, what would you like to do with this? Not what other people would like. Not will I embarrass myself from 40 years from now? Not anything like that. What do you feel like writing right now? That will sustain you. And that will bring heart to what you're writing. Nothing else will. So today is the first, and we are launching our collective. And I had planned, I'd hoped, I dreamed that my first writing collective video would be a progress report. But it's not. I still have not completely solidified what I want to do. It's still early in the day, and 1,000 words for me is not anything at all. I can do 1,000 words very, very quickly. But I have to know what I'm doing first. I have to know what it is that I'm writing, and I don't. All this time that I've been thinking about this, and I don't. I haven't decided on what I want to do. I had one rule for our writing collective, and that was that you create something new. That you not return to an old project. And I've all told people sending videos or sending emails with writing questions or writing projects or whatnot, all told I probably had 110 messages about this in the time since I brooded the idea. And all 110 of them are people saying, I hope you won't mind if I break the rule, but I really do want to go back to something old. No, I really want that to be a rule. I want people to start fresh with something new. You might think your something old this has ideas, it has potential that I could work on, but it also has defeat in it because you didn't finish it. Why pick up something that has the germ of its own defeat in it? Why tempt fate in that way? I want it to be brand new. Certainly for myself, I do. No going back to my Taft novel. No doing yet another revision of Belisarius out in the dark running. No, I want it to be new. And I was kind of hoping that I could smugly, confidently just announce what it is. I think part of the problem is what I guess I could call a writing hangover. My writing, the project that I did for NaNoWriMo proper in November of 2023, was fantastic. I just loved the experience. It was called Viofala. It was fantasy, and it was exactly what I wanted to write. A very unfashionable kind of story about good and evil. And I wanted to write it, even though it's not fashionable. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I could not wait to get to it in every day. With all the other writing that I had to do, I could not wait to get to Viofala. I overwrote it. It went over 50,000 words. And it was such a great experience that maybe that's part of the hesitation here, is that I'm worried that anything I pick will not be anywhere near as good, that I'll be writing in disappointment. The recipe for why Viofala felt so great, I firmly believe, was not the subject matter or anything like that, because I'm not all that inventive. I firmly believe the reason it felt so good is because it was exactly what I wanted to write. So that is what I have been zeroing in on, or trying to, in the last few days on Dog Walks with the Bean. I've been zeroing in on what is it that you want to write. Never mind potentials. Never mind the market. Never mind fads or anything like that. Never mind also if the thing you're thinking of is, as you well know, a woolly old cliche. Never mind that. There's nothing new under the sun. It's all about execution. I tried to do that. I tried to abstract myself from that as much as possible to see what was left, what I could see from orbit. And it hasn't completely worked. As of this, I'm in early days yet. I don't know when I'll upload this, but I'm in early days yet for the day. I'm sure that I will finish with the project by the end of the day, and maybe even write 1,000 words on it. One of the benefits that I have that maybe some of you who are knocking off the rust or trying this for the first time won't have is that I write for a living, and I'm a very fast writer. Once I know my course, I'm a very fast writer, so 1,000 words will not take any time at all for me to do. But I need to know what I'm doing first. So the two ideas that are vying for my attention most, that are new, there are plenty of things I could write if I were going for old things, but I'm not, and I wish you wouldn't either. The two ideas that are vying for my attention, one is a feel-good story that I would love to do. I'm a big fan of stories in which some sort of community, a group, a class, a band of friends, has to band together to make something happen that's bigger than all of them, something they couldn't do alone. I'm a big fan of stories like that, and I've had one in mind for years that I've never written a single thing on it, never really even fleshed out anything about it. So there's that idea. But I've also had a hankering in the run-up to March Mystery Madness to try my hand at writing a cozy mystery. Those of you who don't know the murder mystery genre at all, there's a booming subgenre, the most popular subgenre of them all in murder mysteries, called the cozy murder mystery, where cute, eccentric characters who are not official detectives, they are not official police people, are usually in a cute, picturesque little place, a locality of some kind, a trailer park, a town, something, a village, and there is a cute little murder. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but really it's that the murder is the smallest of plot gimmicks. There's no gore. Usually the victim of the murder was hated by everybody or is a stranger, so there's no grief. Instead, it's a way to mobilize all the cute, cozy, eccentric elements, the characters, the place, the personalities, towards a collective goal, to solve a murder mystery. I like cozy murder mysteries, of course. I like cozy. I don't know many people who don't like cozy murder mysteries. They're immensely likable. That's their main attribute. But I've never tried to write one before, and so that has been tugging at me as well. And on one of today's dog walks, it's gray and overcast and raw. So the dog walks have not been long, and they've not been particularly enjoyable for either of us. But on one of today's dog walks, I thought I had the madcap idea. What if you combine the two? I'm usually not good at that sort of thing, at anything ambitious or multifaceted. But one of those two things I think will win out by the end of today. So my next collective update should have more meat on its bones. In the meantime, I am certainly free to ask you how you're doing. February the 1st is the start of our writing collective. Where are you? Are you going to be able to get 1,000 words done by the end of today? On your project? 1,000 words is not 2,000 words. It's not undoable. It can be done, even if you don't have much experience or your muscles aren't in very good shape. But do you have a project? Is the real question I'm asking, partially out of envy, because I don't yet. But do you have a project? Do you know what you're going to do for the writing collective starting today? I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to leave me comments or send me emails. As long as everybody who sent me emails, all those 110 people who sent me emails are very good about giving me time to respond. I live online and I work every day. I don't talk about it much, but I do. So I'm not. It takes a little bit of forbearance for me to get back to you, but everybody that's emailed me so far on the subject understands that, and that is great. Feel free to do so. Feel free to let me know how you're doing. What is your project for now, and what are the prospects for instance, this weekend? So I'll wrap this up for now. My next update, I trust, will be a little bit more substantial than a wailing into the wind. And I will see you then. Thank you, BookTube.